All right, so this is Josh from the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast, and this week we want to talk about who is sponsoring the show. It is Call Sign Coffee Company. They've given us a bag of whole beans and 12 K-Cups to give to you guys. This company is started by a military veteran. He was actually from New Mexico and Colorado area. He did 25 years in the military, and his wife was right alongside him the whole time. We were so excited. This company, they make their means by helping other military veterans. They absolutely love doing it. They help the Boy Scouts of America. This is a company I'm incredibly excited about, and we hope that you guys support them and everything that they do for veterans and for their local communities. So thank you, Call Sign Coffee Company. Go to their website at callsigncoffee.com. I like the Rock.
Was that The Rock? That was The Rock, right? Could have been Steve Austin.
Welcome to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. Brad, Josh, Eric, I ate some food, so I'm not as moody. We'll see how this goes, though. I am hungover, so who knows? You missed Josh doing his greatest rock impression, but we will fire this show up. We're answering all your questions this week. Got some news out there.
A little Q&A.
We got some people getting fostered.
Ooh.
Some orphans getting fostered. We'll get into that here in a minute. How's your guys' week going, Josh? How's your week going?
How's my week going? Oh, it's going a lot better, man. I got that new truck I needed to get, and I'm going to be doing vacation Bible school this week for my kids, so I'm pretty stoked about it. And for anybody else's kids on base who is joining, not y'all's, of course.
No. We can talk about that in the theology podcast, but let's keep this about fantasy football.
The truck's real nice, Josh. Thanks for taking me for a ride.
No problem, dude. No problem. Appreciate that. How about your week, Eric? Did you game your face off last night or what?
No, I was real tired because we keep switching our schedules up every day at work, and it's super annoying, and I'm glad we don't have to do it next week. So
Good. How's the family?
They're good.
Mother-in-law?
Don't want to talk about it.
Okay, good.
Well, people, if you tell your friends about the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast, we can quit our other jobs, focus on this a little more, and keep pushing out content.
I'm getting that retirement check, Chief. So
I'm just saying, we don't need to tell everybody our plans. Come on.
Retirement checks.
All right. So first little bit of news. Josh Gordon has been working out with Tom Brady.
No, he works out.
But he's going and we're working out together, and Tom Brady said he's going to foster him. Do you think Josh Gordon plays this year?
Well, first of all, Josh Gordon's a grown man. He doesn't need to be fostered. But
no, he does. Like a child. Like a small
He needs a mentor.
child.
Okay, the word foster was in quotations. He needs a good mentor, right?
That's what Brady tweeted. Foster.
Yeah.
That's fine. Brady is like 1 billion years old, so
He's
still winning Super Bowls.
7 years older than you, and he's accomplished so much more.
He's 12 years older than me.
But
Almost 13 years older than me.
He's not 42, is he?
He's 40.
I thought he was
about
40.
to be 43.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Judas.
Still accomplished much more
Do you all think, though,
than all of us.
that
haven't
Josh
had the
Gordon
chance.
plays this year?
I blew out my knee right after I got drafted, first of all. So that's why I haven't had the chance. Now, Josh Gordon.
Drafted by what? The local
Cleveland.
softball team?
I was drafted
During
by Cleveland.
WW
I was drafted by Cleveland. I blew out my knee, and then I did
The Cleveland
cage fighting.
Steamers?
Did cage fighting for UFC for a little bit. Got married. My wife didn't want me to get hurt. So I've got a pretty extensive...
Whose life are you copying? What movie are we talking about that I don't know about?
doesn't matter. It's going to be a great movie, though. Now, what was your question, Bradley?
Does Josh Gordon play football this
Yeah,
year?
do you guys think Josh Gordon's going to play?
Is he suspended for anything?
Right now, he is technically suspended.
For how many games?
For indefinite until they clear it.
Then no. I don't think he does. He's already got a history of this, and they didn't let him back in the league for, 3 years?
The thing
Why
is,
let him
is
back
that
in now?
New England knows something we don't. And that's the reason that he's still on the roster. If,
They gave him an original draft tender, too, which means
yeah. I
it
think
costs him a lot more money.
I think he does play this year. Like I said, because New England knows something we don't.
I think the Pats are just a classy organization, and I think they're
No,
helping
they're
their
not
boy out.
classy. Are you kidding me?
Why not? Why aren't they classy?
Just because they're winners, that doesn't make them classy. Wes Welker got super concussed. Cut him, no problem.
Sure.
Aaron Hernandez goes to prison just a little bit. Cut off all his money.
I don't think he went to...
He wasn't convicted at the point,
He
sir.
murdered people.
He hadn't been convicted at that point.
Okay, whatever. Either way, let's just...
They're classy.
So Josh Gordon.
Classless.
I don't think anybody's going to draft him. But if he does get reinstated prior to the season, What are your fantasy outlooks for Josh Gordon?
I think he plays half a season, if that, and I think he's going to be good. He's going to be a decent high end wide receiver 3, low end wide receiver 2.
They do have a lack of wide receivers there.
They do.
Of quality wide receivers. They have a lot of wide receivers, just not.
Well, I mean,
And
we know Julian Edelman's he's the proven guy on that team. But N'Keal Harry, he's got all the talent in the world. So we'll see what happens with him. But I guess half a season's fair, but I don't even know if he'll get that much.
Well, Alex Smith wants to play football again. He plans to play. Not
Good for
fantasy
you,
relevant
Alex.
for this year, but just want to throw that out there.
I planned on playing again too.
Tariq Cohen says his role is not going to change with Mike Davis and David Montgomery being there. I think we've all kind of said that he has his role in that offense. Anything change with you all with Tariq Cohen?
No, he's still a valuable asset. It's just all about price.
Yeah, you can't overpay for him. He's not like a second or third round guy. Like if you're getting him in the 4th or 5th, yeah, okay, that's fair. But if there was a big run on running backs earlier,
I'm going to treat him like a poor man's version of Amari Cooper. Got those big pops, and then other than that, I don't really.
yeah,
care
you're gonna
about
have to pick the weeks he blows.
Yeah,
he
like if
pops
he's
off.
you don't want him as your RB1.
No,
If he's your RB2, you need to have a good RB3 chilling there to plug in there.
him. Yeah, he's going to be like a flex.
I would say he's a good flex
A
player.
good flex or a bye week. He'd be great bye week filling.
If
right?
you want to pair him with David Montgomery, I'm okay with that as long as neither one of them has to be one of your starters.
Okay. Yeah, and he also could be that guy that if you're playing a juggernaut of a team and you need to go the Hail Marys routes and you can't just, I'm going to get 10 points from running backs and I'll be fine. Nope. I need 25. Throw him in there. He might get it. He might not, but.
He could.
Okay, Marvin Jones. He is going to miss the entire offseason program with his knee. He also expects a midseason trade for himself that they're going to trade him. He doesn't think he has a role in that offense anymore.
This is such good news for Kenny Golladay.
It is.
It really is. Kenny G's
And the
gonna be
Lions traded
man.
Golden Tate midseason last year, so it wouldn't be unexpected for this team to do that.
No, it wouldn't be. It's not out of their. I don't know what I want to say.
Wheelhouse?
Yeah,
There we go.
it's not out of the realm of possibility. There we go.
Ooh, the realm of possibilities.
That is better.
What do you get for Marvin Jones, though? What do you think they could get for him?
I don't know what they can get, but
5th rounder.
Marvin Jones has been a guy when he was healthy on that team. He was good. He was fantasy relevant.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
He
was.
floated around the wide receiver 2, flexible option. Like he was a okay guy to throw in your lineup. But now he's no offseason. Kenny Galladay's going to be flying high. Third year, right? Kenny Galladay. So
Oh, yeah. So good. Love him.
I hate Stafford, though.
who's the other wide receiver they got there? They picked up somebody else too, didn't they?
Detroit?
Yeah.
They drafted a tight end, TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, but
means
Detroit and Baltimore, where tight ends go to die. So
Okay. Falcons coach Dan Quinn said Devontae Freeman has looked like himself this offseason. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means hurt
probably
because
hasn't
hurt
played
a
many
lot.
16-game seasons there.
So, what do you guys feel about Devontae Freeman? Is he still in the committee with Ito Smith?
No, Ito Smith sucks. I'm honestly hoping he's going to be a steal, dude.
He could be again, health concerns. But yeah, if you can get him late in the 2nd, early 3rd.
Oh, you're going to be able to get him late 3rd,
I
maybe.
think he went in the
think
4th
so?
in our mock last
Did he go in
week.
the
maybe
4th
even
in our mock?
Yeah,
So-
he's going to be value galore.
Yeah, he'll probably be an RB2.
And he's well rested.
Well rested to get a soft tissue injury.
It's perspective.
All right, news out of the Jets. Ty Montgomery's having a strong spring. I don't think anybody cares.
Oh, I care.
Do you think he's the handcuff to Le'Veon Bell?
Yeah, because I
think
think he's
Adam-
going to get hurt. I think Lev's going to get hurt. So.
Screw this up.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, Adam Gase.
That's why I
screw it
care.
up, but
Whenever you hear something good happening,
Hold on. Adam Gase got the stamp of approval from Joe Namath when Joe Namath was on the Rich Eisen show.
Joe Namath is an old crazy drunk.
He's starting the fourth quarter.
Old
of his
crazy
life,
drunk.
Okay? He said he wants to live to 100. He's at 76. He's starting the fourth quarter.
Glug glug glug.
Hey, Broadway Joe or Hollywood Joe, whatever.
Broadway Joe. He tried to kiss a woman live on television.
You-
A sideline reporter, if I remember correctly.
Do you know he's got like a career completion percentage of like 50%?
He's probably...
How is he in the Hall of Fame?
He is one of the worst quarterbacks to ever win a Super Bowl.
The guarantee.
Yes.
Trent
The guarantee.
Dilfer?
He was.
I said one of, not the.
No,
one
he
of.
was also the first quarterback to throw 4,000 yards in a season, too. Like, we can talk about his completion percentage, but they weren't throwing the ball like they do now.
No.
It's true. Steph Curry doesn't have a
And
very
you could
high
also
completion
tackle his
percentage.
wide receivers. Like, let's not forget that how they used to play defense.
Yeah, Steph Curry doesn't have a high percentage either, so you're right, Brad.
Yeah, just one of the highest ever in the history of the NBA. It's fine.
Not the highest. His brother has a higher percentage.
For his career? Or just a
Facts.
season?
Facts. His
For
brother has a higher
season.
career percentage, 3-point shooting, than Stephen Curry.
Yeah,
Steph Curry.
but
Fact.
when you add in the more shots that Steph takes, the half quarters, the buzzer beaters that he always throws up there, which are going to affect his numbers.
Don't be stupid. Take better shots.
Steph Curry is one of the greatest shooters ever.
Okay.
You're high if you don't
I
think so.
concur.
He is in the perfect time for him to be in the NBA.
Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's a perfect situation for him.
if he
Absolutely.
was, he would not have made the NBA
If 15
20 years
years
ago.
earlier.
No, he would have been like a 12th man or 10th man. Like, hey, come in and shoot some
He would
threes
have
once
floated
in a while
around the
for
G
us.
League and he went to Europe to play because nobody would have.
The Pistons would have wrecked
Well,
him.
if
son.
he hadn't ended up with the Warriors, they probably wouldn't have saved his ankles. So,
Those Under Armours. Oh.
Okay.
no, they're fine.
Let's get back to football.
They're fine. They're built for him.
All right. So on the Green Bay Packers, they drafted loads of wide receivers last year, right? Loads of them.
They sure did.
so
with
what wide
hard
receiver,
names to
other
pronounce.
than Devontae Adams, on the Packers do you all want? If you got to pick one.
Okay, so go. I'll let you go ahead first.
Everybody's saying not Equinemius St. Brown. Who's the other guy?
The one with the long name? Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Yeah, I think everybody's saying Scantling is going to be the
The
guy.
one you want? That's the one you
So-
go for?
Well, Geronimo Allison is not impressing from what I understand.
Yeah.
So Scantling, from what I hear, I'm reading and hearing, he's the number 2.
In 2 wide receiver sets during practice, the 2 wide receivers on the field are Devontae Adams and Marquez Valdez Scantling.
There you go.
That lets you know what they're thinking right now. Geronimo Allison has been surpassed, and Equinemius, he's a really rough product. But I do see a bright future for Equinemius. I still feel that way about him. I like him.
Equinemius.
So the good thing about Scantling, if you go back to last year, he created separation on 70.3% of his targets.
That's pretty good.
That's great.
I'll buy that.
I mean, it doesn't
And
matter when
Rodgers
Aaron
can throw
Rodgers
you
is
open
running.
when
Yeah.
he's playing like Aaron Rodgers, which
Exactly.
I don't think he'll play like anymore, but that's fine.
So if he's the second
You're
wide,
dead to me, Aaron.
if he's the second wide receiver there, you guys put him on your roster?
Yeah.
Number
Yeah,
two
he'd be
for Aaron
a
Rodgers?
bench guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to depend on him, but absolutely. If a guy has a potential to throw for over 5,000 yards, chances are someone other than the wide receiver 1 is going to benefit from that too. And you're banking on it being this guy in this situation. You don't have to pay up a lot for him either in drafts. But if he works out to be a great, solid wide receiver too, then I think you've made your money back.
The only thing I don't like about the Packers receivers is if you lose Rodgers' trust one time, that's it. You're done. Like, he's going to freeze you out and maybe get you traded. So,
Well, Tom
I mean, that could change at the drop of a hat. I mean, Matt LaFleur might be on the chopping block because they're having drama. So,
All right.
cram it up your cram hole, LaFleur.
The number 16 wide receiver from last year said he's ready for whatever. That's Tyler Lockett. He said he's ready for whatever this year with Doug Baldwin being gone.
he's ready to watch Josh get his head shaved. That's what he's ready for.
Because they said he lined him up. He was lined up a lot on the outside last year with Doug Baldwin being in the slot. He expects some more snaps from the slot. He was actually in the slot. It is. He lined up. Where is it at? Oh my gosh, I lost the number. Almost 50% last time out of the slot
Last year? Really?
with Doug Baldwin being out. So
pretty
everything's
high.
looking up for Lockett.
Looking rosy.
I don't care.
Corey Coleman might land the number 3 job in the Giants. Only reason I say this is because what pass receivers do they really have there? Sterling Shepard's underperformed.
Did you guys see what Odell said about the Giants?
They held him back.
They held him back. I love it.
Yep.
All right, here's some news from good old
Vindictive.
Cliff Kingsbury, right? He
Cliffy.
expects a really nice role for second-year running back Chase Edmonds. How does this make you feel about David Johnson?
That David Johnson is still going to play 80% of the snaps.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Chase Edmonds already stole some touchdowns from him last year with the other coaching, vulture a couple
Touchdowns. I don't think the volume's going to change that much, especially if they're running 90 to 95 plays per game like they say they're going to. If they get even close to that number, his volume goes up. So he's just got to do something with it this year.
Do something.
Because that 3.3 yards per carry last year?
Wasn't good, Bob.
Not so good.
Not good.
So there were conflicting reports last week about Michael Thomas. One said that they were close to an extension, and then another one came out that they're not close at all on extension because Michael Thomas wants to be the highest paid wide receiver. And the problem with that being is that you got guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, and AJ Green all due for extensions as well. So they're going to push that number up a lot higher.
Okay, so Julio Jones has 2 years left on his contract. If they extend him, they're done, in my opinion, from a cap standpoint.
NFL contracts never go to the end.
I know
because
they
that's
don't.
where all the big money's at. So if we extend him now, we don't have to pay the big money.
Yeah, but at the same time, make him play out his contract. Second,
Not if you can get a pay cut for it. Because then you can cut him and not.
are
take
you
him.
though? And do you want to sign a guy into his early to
In the
mid
NFL where
30s?
contracts aren't guaranteed and you can cut him for a small
I mean,
cap
yeah,
hit,
if they're smart and they front load it.
Cut like Sweeney
No, they
Todd the
backload it.
barbershop, baby.
They do it.
I mean the new deal. I mean the extension. If they front load it, okay, great. But if they do the same dumb crap they always do, which is what most teams do, is backload it again, or give them a monster bonus.
They know how to do this. These guys are numbers guys, and they restructure. Everyone knows how to do all this stuff.
Yeah, don't worry. ESPN's Dana
Orlovsky?
Nope. Ruzzini reports that the Falcons expect to strike a long-term deal with Julio Jones before camp starts.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to sign him with all his injuries
I'm-
into his mid
And
30s.
he's only signed through 2020.
I'm stoked
Yeah.
because they're going to re-sign him, give up a lot of money, and those foot injuries are resurfacing, so that's good.
They probably have to because Matt Ryan's cap number is so high this year and next year.
But let's get back to the original stories. Michael Thomas, $22 million is what he wants. The Saints right now, from the last time I read, they're at $18 million. $4 million doesn't sound like a lot of money to me or you, but to these guys, apparently, or they does sound like a lot of money.
That's
to
a
you.
ton of money
But
to
to
me.
these guys, if you're already making 18, what's really the big deal? This is a generation of me. And that's why these guys won't be successful. I'm okay with Michael Thomas. Go get your money. Just don't ever expect to win a Super Bowl.
I mean, Drew Brees is
But if you don't get the money
out there
now,
getting his money, so
if you don't get the money now, Drew Brees retires in a year, and then you got to play with Taysom Hill.
Chase Utley.
No, Taysom Hill.
Chase Utley retired, bro.
Yeah, he quit baseball. And now he's going to get ready to go play football.
He could barely throw it from second base towards the end of his career.
Google
Calm
it.
down.
Okay, whatever.
I think
Peyton Manning did it with that noodle arm just fine. Won a Super Bowl, bud.
they probably, if they restructure Brees' deal, yeah, they could probably sign him. You don't want an unhappy Michael Thomas. You don't want an unhappy Julio Jones. You don't want any of these guys to be unhappy. You don't want them to hold out. You want them on the field playing because they're going to produce.
The Saints have a young core on defense, and so they actually have cap room there.
Yeah.
All right, the Athletics. Mark Kablooey says that Dante Moncrief is the slam dunk number 2 wide receiver for the Steelers. Dante Moncrief, is he a flyer pick you'll take a late draft if he's the number 2 wide receiver in the Steelers uniform?
Yeah. Big Ben led the league in passing last year. Yeah.
I mean, and they had 2 wide receivers in the top 10 last year. Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you'll take a shot. You have to.
Yeah, he'll get drafted somewhere.
It's the same thing that we were
It might
talking
be real
about.
late, but he will.
Same thing we were talking about earlier with the Aaron Rodgers situation, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. You got to take a shot.
Shoot your shot.
Just like LeVar Ball did.
The Athletic also reports that Mo Alley Cox, breakout year.
What, he's going to have 3 touchdowns this year?
I guess, you know what I'm saying?
Apparently, he is a giant of a man.
He is. He's 6'5".
He's a great blocker.
He's listed at 6'5". Apparently, he is a little bit bigger than that from what reports say.
What they're saying is that they think Eric Ebron's going to be the only healthy tight end on the team because Jack Doyle is still having those injury issues. So they think Mo Alley Cox will fill that their second tight end role, which is good, but Ebron will still be the main benefactor here.
I mean, unless they're running 2 tight end sets, I don't really see a lot for him.
They actually do run those quite a bit there.
Yeah.
Do you all think, or did you guys hear that Todd Gurley has an arthritic knee? Have we talked about that on the show?
His and what?
Arthritic condition in his knee?
I think we mentioned it last week that he has an arthritic component, but
Yeah.
it's just piling on.
Okay.
We all do. So grow up.
All right. Paris Campbell's in the mix for the wide receiver 3 in the Colts.
I don't care.
Behind Devin Funchess.
Yeah, you don't make your money off of a wide receiver 3, so I don't care.
No, I'm saying, like, so in Dynasty, like, I think we were all hoping he would get the number 2 role there.
In Dynasty, it's very relevant.
But you still want him to get up to the wide receiver.
Yeah.
You still want to see – you don't want to see an injury to the other guys, but if you're holding on to Paris Campbell for him to succeed and get into your starting lineup, you probably need some type of injury.
I mean, they just signed Funchess, right? I mean, he's never really been that great with Carolina, so
He's a converted tight end, and Andrew Luck loves tight ends.
Yeah, but
still.
he will surpass Devin Funch's talents within 6 or 7 games.
All right.
that's fast.
Funchess is garbage.
I agree.
He's hot garbage.
But they paid him a lot of money, so a decent amount of money.
Military pays me.
He'll
a lot
be
of
on the
money. I
field.
don't do anything for it. What?
He'll be on the field.
He'll be on the field? Are you serial?
I mean, he'll probably get hurt.
All right, before we get into the little guys, did you guys see that Sleeper's starting a new thing for this year?
No.
Dynamic PPR.
What's that?
So
It sounds
they're
fun.
implementing it. They put it on Twitter. It's if you catch a pass, but it's like 1 to 10 yards, it's only a quarter of a point.
Ooh.
10 to 20, 10 to like 15 or whatever. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was like a half, 3/4 of a point, and then if it was like over 40, you get the full point.
So you want guys that catch a lot of balls, but also stretch the field a little bit.
Yeah, get actually a bonus for it being a long catch, not just.
I'm Julian Edelman. I got 3 yards and I fell down. You want
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton or somebody like that.
If you all were in a league, how much does that hurt Julian Edelman?
That hurts
lot.
a lot.
Yeah, because he's usually 10 for 90.
Yeah.
Then you got the guys, the T.Y. Hiltons, the Jujus, who get those big bombs.
Yeah. Mike
actually evens
Evans,
it out.
guys like that, yeah.
Yeah. I hate that idea.
I like it.
I think it sounds
makes,
fun.
It makes it more realistic. You don't need to get the running backs that catch a little pass, like the Theo Riddicks out there who stay fantasy relevant because
They
he
catch
caught
70
5
balls a
balls
year.
for 50
Yeah.
yards. It's like, yuck.
It's interesting.
James White effect.
I'm still
oh,
upset
yeah.
that some leagues don't give the quarterback the points for the 2-point conversion whenever they throw it, but they get the receiver of that the 2 points. So
My leagues always did
Quarterbacks
that.
always get everything.
We always made it 2 points. We always made it 6 points for a touchdown, even in PPR, though, too. So
Mariota threw himself a touchdown in the playoff game.
that was epic.
still can't feel the right side of his body. But good luck. Good luck, Marcus.
All right, here comes everybody's favorite segment.
It's the little guys helping the little guys, 'cause the big guys don't have time for the little guys. Segment.
All right, little guys,
Great
Josh,
drop.
take it away.
Great drop.
Very, very nice. So we got some questions, some Q&A we're going to get to because we care about our fans, even if they don't know that they're our fans. Even if they don't know we care about them.
We're going to answer your
We
questions.
love
We're
you
gonna answer your
all.
Do you throw your questions out there in the Twitter sphere, the Instagram sphere, the MySpace,
Space. The face space.
We have a very,
MySpace? I'll go look for it on MySpace even, okay?
we
I
have a
still
very
have an
particular
account.
set of skills. Okay?
They're not
that's
good
to
skills,
grind
but
through
we
this.
have them.
Okay, so EK Baller has a trade question. It's a 10-team, 2QB dynasty league. Do you take Adam Thielen, remember this is 2QB, or Nick Foles and DJ Moore? Which side of that trade do you like better? And
So it
why?
was Adam Thielen for.
Nick Foles and DJ Moore. 2QB 10-team league.
All right. Well, is that is it Dynasty, right?
Yes, sir.
So I would trade Adam Thielen. DJ Moore's going into a second year. You get Nick Foles, who's going to be on Jacksonville, which is one of the pass happiest teams last year, and hired the pass happiest offensive coordinator from last year.
I mean, fantasy-wise, that makes sense.
I'd have to see what your other wide receiver options are and what your quarterback options are. If you don't have 2 good quarterbacks,
Yeah.
at least you're getting a starter.
I don't think DJ Moore is the best receiver on his own team, personally. I think Curtis Samuel's better, Nicky Foles, he just hasn't been good outside of Philly.
Well, like we've talked, Adam Thielen's old, and he fell off the cliff last year at the end of the season.
He did.
So if he has another good start,
But he still
fall-
finished, wide receiver
He did,
pretty high?
but he's getting
Did he
older.
help you in the playoffs?
No,
he screwed me in
he
mine.
killed me in the playoffs.
If you were in Dynasty,
My whole team killed me in the playoffs, though.
if you're in Dynasty and you're not winning this year, why hold on to Adam Thielen though?
That's true.
So if this is a team that maybe your shots to the championship are there, but they're not really there, let's be honest.
I guess if you don't have a good second quarterback and you can afford to give up Thielen because you could have another, great year, win you some games, maybe carry you to the playoffs. Then take DJ Moore and Nick Foles. Or maybe trade them and package them for something else that you're hoping to get. But I don't really I don't like DJ Moore and Nick Foles. That's
if I graded this, I'd probably give it a C+ to a B-, depending on what your team construction looks like.
I like the Nick Foles and DJ Moore side more myself.
That's what I'm saying. If you're trading
there's more upside there for sure.
You're giving away the best player, but you're getting more value back.
Because thinking about it too, Adam Thielen's not even the best receiver on his own team. So
bingo. Okay. So we're moving on now. Kevin Scott at Champ of Fantasy. Oh, nice user handle, bud. So if you had to choose one of these strategies, it's a hypothetical situation. If you had to choose one, which one would you choose and then why? So you would take running backs in rounds 1 through 6 and then your wide receivers.
Ooh.
Wide receivers in rounds 1 through 6, then running backs.
Oh.
Or no running back or wide receiver for rounds 1 and 2.
This is
just a hypothetical
He doesn't
situation.
define like in what kind of league, like PPR
No,
or standard, anything like that.
No.
So
I think that's
the options that I think we all would take is the running backs 1 through 6, right? That's what we all want to take.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make this hard on you, and we can't pick that one because that's what we all want to do.
Well,
so what was
making
the
it hard
other?
on you.
The other choice was receivers 1 through 6, and then or no running backs in 1
no
and 2.
running back or wide receivers.
So you're taking tight end quarterback in round 1 and 2.
Oh, no.
I don't like that at all.
I know. So you're going wide receivers through rounds 1 through 6?
Don't like that either.
Because rounds... I could see maybe if you wanted to say rounds 1 through 3.
But this doesn't specify if you can take any other thing. It just says then running backs. So I think you have to take nothing but wide receivers rounds 1 through 6.
To me, that sounds like fantasy suicide.
I think
to me.
So for me, I think I go no running back or wide receiver rounds 1 and 2. And I'll tell you why. Because at the end
you
of
can
round
still fill out your roster.
This is what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to use my tight end as my flex. So I'm going to have a solid tight end like
you got Kelsey, you got Kittle. Yeah.
I'm going to have Kelsey and Kittle. Kelsey starting tight end, Kittle my flex. Or something to that effect. I'm going to have to do that.
Let me throw something out there. What if it's a 2 QB league? Would you take 2?
You overpay for Mahomes and you get another solid tight end.
Like Mahomes and Rodgers or Mahomes and Breeze or something.
Mahomes and Baker.
Yeah, I would do something like that.
You can do that.
Not Baker. You don't take Baker.
But, or you could go Mahomes and Kelsey and just double down.
Yeah,
on it.
in a 2 QB league, that's fine. But I'm even actually fine just taking the quarterback and a tight end in that situation.
Yeah, I don't know about taking 2 tight ends just because.
Yeah, I would go QB tight end. I would get the best quarterback off the board and the best tight end off the board.
I'd probably take Ertz over Kittle.
Yeah. It's just we're using those 3 guys on a rotational basis. We're just saying like if you're in that situation, to me that would be the best thing because quarterbacks, we know how much value quarterbacks have.
Honestly, even taking running backs 1 through 6 is going to really pigeonhole your team.
Yeah.
Because think about what wide receivers are going to be sitting around there around 7.
You're screwed, dude.
You're probably going quarterback because wide receiver is going to be weak as hell.
Yeah.
Tight end's going to.
Tight end's gone. Yeah, tight end's gone.
Thank you, Kevin Scott, for picking an awful question, but very thought-provoking.
Very thought-provoking. Take the quarterback and the tight end in the first 2 rounds then.
Okay. So this is Dynasty Talkster, CMAC57. He says this is 12-team, half-point, 1 QB league. He's got a trade here on the block, and it's Lev Bell and Dede Westbrook, or a 2020 first-round pick, which would be within the top 4, Lamar Miller and Kyler Murray. So Lev Bell and Dede, or a 2020 first, Lamar Miller and Kyler Murray.
So he can get Dede.
You said a 2021?
2020.
Oh, 2020. Okay.
So next year's first.
So he's getting these. He's possibly getting these people.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do.
It's Lamar Miller and him. Who's it? Sorry, who's the other guy?
Lamar Miller, Kyler Murray, and the first rounder for Lev Bell and Dede.
I'd probably just keep Lev Bell and Dede.
I like Dede a lot. I think he's the best receiver on that team, and I think Nick Foles is going to help them out a lot. And Brad, you just said apparently they have the most pass-happy offensive coordinator from last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like Lev Bell and Dede better there. Because
Kyler
Murray's a an unknown.
Again, with this being dynasty and stuff, if you're trying to get assets for the future, I mean, Lamar Miller still is young, even though he doesn't play young.
He might lose his job this year.
But he might lose his job. But when you talk Kyler Murray and you talk about a first-round pick for the following year, I think you can get more for Lev Bell, though. I think that's a little weak for Le'Veon Bell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you should be asking for more. If you're going to trade Lev Bell, you should ask for more.
Yeah. If you get Kyler Murray too, I would immediately move him on the hype
because I'm not moving Lev Bell unless I get a guaranteed starting running back.
That's
like
true.
A stud
no, he can be in a committee, but I want the lead guy in a committee.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just a sidebar question. Who were the starting quarterbacks for the first NFL game you ever attended? I remember mine.
Troy Aikman and this was back at the Vet, way back when.
Mine was not that good.
Oh, I don't remember mine.
Troy Aikman and
actually, I think I do.
Who's starting for the Eagles?
Ron Jaworski.
No, I'm not that old. Jesus. Neither is Troy Aikman, for that matter.
Was it McNabb? No, it was before McNabb.
No. It might have been it was the game Irvin went out. Like he ended his career that day. He got that neck injury and they were yelling turf toe at Dion. Wow, it was a hostile crowd. I got empty beer cans thrown at me. I was like 10.
Wow, you are
Philly, you are the most awful fan base ever.
You were at the game where Irving went down on the Astros?
Yeah, dude.
At the Vet?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So it was my first NFL game
and
ever.
You were a boys fan.
Yeah.
And you dressed like that in Philly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Of course you got.
I was a child.
And this is the Vet, too. This isn't.
Yeah, no. This isn't Lincoln Financial Field. This is the Vet, the old
where they
school.
booed Santa.
They booed Santa Claus. They threw snowballs at everybody. Threw trash on the field.
Your
Philly, you are the worst fan base ever.
I understand you have great parents. They did you a disservice that day by allowing you to wear your boys.
I was with my dad and my two uncles. It was great. I had a great time.
So mine are some winners.
I also smelled weed for the first time.
Mine are some winners. Mark Bolger. And maybe Carson Palmer or John Kitten. I'm not sure who was starting for the Bengals that day.
You saw Bengals versus Rams?
Yeah.
Oh.
In the rain.
Nice.
I think I got you beat, boys.
But I watched Steven Jackson punch a dude in the face like 7 times. He was stiff arming, but he was just punching this DB in the face as he ran down the sideline.
Steven Jackson, Rams' old running back?
Yeah, that's what I remember from that.
He was a beast.
Some defensive back trying to get him. And, usually like you see the stiff arm. No, he's punching this dude's helmet, knocking him off. I'm like, oh.
Good for you.
Well, what do you got, Josh?
Matt Castle for the Chiefs.
Gross.
Playing in Jacksonville against Byron Leftwich.
Two of the worst quarterbacks ever.
Whoa,
I love it.
Leftwich is pretty good.
No, he wasn't.
We are Marshall.
It was a horrible game. Okay. We are Marshall. All right.
If you had said that was a college game, I would have been okay with it.
I wouldn't have been. Matt Castle didn't even play in college.
He didn't start college. He was a backup all 4 years.
He could have started.
Okay, well,
or he could have played. Could have been an injury.
I think this question is directed towards you, Eric.
Shoot.
It's a non-PPR dynasty question. Which wide receiver would you take? Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper? Remember, Cooper is younger.
In a non-PPR dynasty league.
Yeah, because remember, Keenan Allen makes his money
with
PPR.
receptions. Yeah.
He got a touchdown in week 1 and didn't get another one till like week 8 last year.
Yeah.
And we know how much you love
But Amari
Cooper.
catches like 3 in 3 games, and that's it.
Yeah, but those 3 games are going to look really good and they'll win you a week.
For dynasty standard, I got to go with Amari, unfortunately. As much as I can feel the vomit in my throat just saying it. But at the same time, I think when he gets paid, I think he's going to fall off hard.
I think he's going to do exactly what he's done his whole career.
Play good in 3 games out of the season and keep getting checks? Yeah, probably.
I like Keenan Allen better, even with Mike Williams breathing down his throat.
Because Jerry's going to make them throw him the ball.
Yeah.
Cole Beasley said it that Jerry said Amari's going to be targeted.
Sure. They traded a first-round pick for him. He's going to get his. He's going to get his. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, go with Amari there.
Okay, so Dynasty PPR question from FF Nightmare. He's got a nice picture of Gengar up here. Gengar the Pokemon?
Yeah, Gengar.
I like that. So, who has the most wide receiver 1 breakout potential here?
Ooh.
DK Metcalf, Andy Isabella, Deebo Samuel, or Paris Campbell?
I'm thinking Deebo. Honestly, that's just me. Because DK's in a run-first offense.
Yeah, DK's not going to get there.
He's looking good in camp, but he's He's still a work in progress.
I want to see what he looks like when he has an NFL corner on him.
Well, I want to see what he looks like when Russell Wilson scrambles around and he gets loose. Because let's be honest, that's where Doug Baldwin made his money. If he can learn to ad-lib with Russell Wilson to look back and see that Russell Wilson's scrambling that way and do what Doug Baldwin did was just.
You think he'll look for Metcalf though, or you think he'll be looking for Lockett?
Well, he'll look for Lockett deep. But what I'm getting at is
coming back.
Which one of those wide receivers can pick up that role? Because that's what made Doug Baldwin good.
That's true.
Doug Baldwin seemed to always, no matter what his route was, as soon as Wilson started scrambling, he went to that sideline. And you would see these passes that looked like Wilson was throwing them out of bounds that somehow Doug Baldwin got two throws in.
I don't think Metcalf's going to be that guy to come back to the ball. Not in his first season. Season.
That's not.
Who are other choices? Debo?
Isabella, Debo, and Paris Campbell.
Who does Campbell play for again?
The Colts. He's the number 3 there in the Colts.
Oh, okay.
I think Debo has the best chance to be a number 1.
In San Francisco?
Yes.
And
outside guy.
Isabella, where does he play?
Isabella plays for the Arizona Cardinals. DJ Moore is ahead of him. You have to remember that.
Who? Is that who?
DJ Moore is ahead of Andy Isabella. No, DJ Moore plays for the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers, yes.
Hey, why do I keep getting him and the guy from Arizona?
They drafted a ton of rookies, but they still have Larry Fitz.
The guy they got last year. Not Pettis is in the 49ers who they drafted last year.
Yeah.
Who's I always get mixed up with. Whatever.
I go with Debo too.
So for me, it's actually Paris Campbell. I think Paris Campbell, not this year.
But the question was breakout potential this year.
No, it doesn't say that.
Oh, I thought so.
Breakout potential like ever?
Yeah.
DK Metcalf has the most breakout potential ever.
No, I think it's Paris.
I was going this year.
I thought you were talking about this year.
I think it's Paris Campbell. All right, so for me,
Metcalf or Debo for me on that one.
Just because I want to say you got Debo, I want to hear Randy Moss with his good old West Virginian accent up there talking.
Well, he's a freak, man. He'll be fine in San Francisco if handsome Jimmy can stay on the field.
He's so handsome. Okay, so the Bauer Club says, is Nick Chubb a top 10 dynasty running back?
Is it standard or PPR?
Does not specify.
And I don't think it really matters for him. A top 10 dynasty. So if he's saying top 10, he wants to be dynasty. He's talking about not just this year, but 3 years from now as well.
Yeah.
The problem with that is we have that Kareem Hunt situation just looming.
But even if Kareem Hunt's on a 1-year deal.
Right.
Even if Kareem Hunt comes in the second half of the year and blows up, Nick Chubb's still on a rookie deal for a second-round pick, which is still cheaper. Mm-hmm. And Kareem Hunt's going to be looking for money and probably will walk.
That's true. Probably true. I mean, in a standard league, I say yes. Because name other young running backs that are going to fill up those slots that aren't hurt all the time.
Saquon Barkley.
Okay, Saquon.
Alvin Kamara.
Okay, that's 2. We're talking top 10 though.
Yeah.
Who else can you fill with that? Damian Harris?
We talking 3 years from now?
Aaron Jones?
Because I'm worried about Zeke 3 years from now.
I know you think the Cowboys are going to run the wheels off of him.
Yeah, DeMarco Murray.
Yeah,
exactly what they're going to do.
They could. They absolutely could. I think he's a top 10, top 12 guy for in dynasty and standard. Yeah,
I think in PPR he is too. He showed that he can catch the ball last year.
He can. They just don't throw it to him though. He only caught like 27 passes last year.
Was that him or was that the offense? Because we got to remember, for half that year, it was supposed to be Carlos Hyde, and they didn't even let him go.
Yeah, but now you have even more mouths to feed there. Yeah. You got to throw to OBJ. You got to throw to Jarvis. You got to throw to.
This could just open it up for him to get more catches, though.
Or it could open it up for him
Odell
to run like a maniac.
Odell opened up a lot of catches for Saquon Barkley last year.
That's because Eli can't throw it far enough to reach OBJ.
No, because he was getting killed. Because they had a defensive lineman in his face.
He had to dump it off. He can't throw real far. His arm is a noodle, just like his brother's was at the end of his career.
But he's won
noodle arm.
But he's won 2 Super Bowls.
He has. Well, so has Peyton, though.
Yeah. But he won his
But Peyton cheated because he used HGH.
Well,
Eli's all natural.
It was his wife's.
Eli's all natural. Peyton cheated.
We don't.
Just like Tom Brady.
Also, Peyton put his nuts on a chick in Tennessee.
Here's the lesson, kids. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying hard enough.
Patriot way.
Okay, so real quick.
Classy.
How much time do we have left?
We got plenty of time. We got 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, so this is from Omar All Day. So what's up, guys? Any suggestions on knowing when to target older vets in a startup dynasty league like Julio, AJ Green, AB? Devontae Freeman, and his age priority in general.
So he said a startup.
In a startup dynasty league,
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm guessing he means in the draft.
Yeah.
Well, you want to win that inaugural belt?
Yeah. So if
What do you
you're
wanna do
playing,
here?
if you're playing for cash, because not that we gamble in here, because but if you are playing for cash, because I know there's some places out there and some places you can do it legally.
Yeah.
PASFA got rescinded, considered unjust, so states can actually start doing gambling again. If you win that first one, I'm still taking Julio first or second round, depending on what else is there.
How old is Nuke?
Nuke is 26.
Yeah, I don't think he's one of the aging ones. He wasn't
Yeah.
one. He used Julio and AJ Green and stuff like
Julio.
that. I'll take AJ Green in the third round.
I wouldn't take AJ Green at all.
Third or fourth round.
Yeah.
You got to win now. And AJ Green.
Yeah, it depends on your strategy here. Do you want to win right off the bat and then rebuild in future drafts? Like win the first year and then trade all those guys away for picks?
You're
I
in
like
it to
that
win.
strategy.
You know who I'm taking super late, because probably in a dynasty startup draft nobody's going to take, is Larry Fitzgerald. Because you can probably get him in double-digit rounds. He can be a guy on your bench. And if the offense is running as many plays as it is, and it's good,
he can
talent
catch 100
is,
balls this year, yeah.
and he's still a red zone threat, let's be honest. He can still out-jump you and manhandle people.
Well, just the way he uses his body, he boxes guys out.
That's what I'm
Easy.
saying.
Yeah,
So-
he's great.
Take a flyer on Larry Fitzgerald late in the round if you were looking at some Asian guys. Because if he doesn't, you don't want him in your starting lineup, mind you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that question all depends on what you want to do. Do you want to set yourself up for the long term? Then, yeah, I think you should be targeting second, third year guys, those younger guys. If you want to, boom, win right out of the gate, take those aging veterans because they're probably going to win you games.
The problem with the young ones is they're going to go, and if you go running backs, and the average running back life in the NFL is 3 years, and you're going to go with quite a few of them,
Yeah.
you're probably going to have to take some of these older guys later.
What do you think, Josh?
I want to win now, and I want to win in the future.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
You can. It's called you build depth and you trade for great young players.
Trade.
Lev Bell for Alvin Kamara.
I wasn't bringing specifics into it. I'm saying you can do both. You can win now and win in the future. You can have a young core and surround them with aging veterans.
Yeah.
It's a similar strategy to what LeBron James does in the NBA. Is they go and they get an older core, and then they go ahead and they surround them with younger players most of the time.
Because they have to get minimum value players because the cap's taken up by 3 players.
Yeah, potato, tomato. So
That's why Mario Chalmers was a starting point guard for the Miami Heat that won championships.
Fact.
yeah, well, it happened.
That's why Udonis Haslem still is a Miami Heat.
Is he still?
Yeah, he's still getting paid.
All right.
That's why Jeremy Lin just won a freaking title.
I think you can do a blend of both and be successful. That's my opinion. You can go and get.
You can go get these guys.
The heart of his question though was what age?
When
age
you
range
start,
to
when you
target?
start going for him, I'm still taking Julio at his value. I'm not devaluing Julio in a dynasty draft. I'm not devaluing these guys. Now, what I will do is I'm going to look at the rest of my roster and see, am I full of Julio and another older wide receiver and an older running back? Okay, maybe we need to start thinking about staying away from these guys. But I'm fine with it because you can't guarantee these players' careers.
That's true. I mean,
no
yeah,
matter, even age, you can't say it.
somebody's leg could
Darius
snap next
Geis
week,
was a
yeah.
first-round rookie pick last year, and guess what? He blew his knee out as soon as he showed up to camp.
Exactly. Would you rather your name be on that trophy the first year or hope that it'll be on there in 4 years?
If
Oh no, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah, that's,
if your league even
for
stays
sure.
around that long,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
hopefully you have a good crew of people that you can trust that'll always be there and won't quit on you because
Well,
they get mad.
I think most people that play fantasy football don't move around every 3 years.
Well, no, but not even the moving around. Just my team sucks. I'm not.
Do you
If they're
have
playing
that
for
issue?
money and they're $25 money.
Do you have that issue?
I don't.
Huh.
Do you have that issue?
No, because we were in a dynasty league together and I thought everything was fine.
No, it is. I'm just saying, I've seen it in other leagues. How many orphan teams do you see floating around there?
Oh, there's a ton.
Exactly, because somebody goes.
I have a
out-
feeling our new Superflex Dynasty League will
I might not even play.
will do that.
You are playing in that.
I might not.
You are.
To play.
I'm too busy playing for FSA. That's what I'm going to play for this year.
Yeah, you didn't do our job.
Did you get a slot?
I actually got a slot. There's still plenty left open.
Oh,
Do you guys want to do one together?
They were saying they were getting real close to being full.
Hey, can you? For the people who might be listening for the first time, what exactly is FSA?
So Fantasy Sports Alliance, it's owned by a 17-year active Army military person named Brian. He is great. He co-runs it with a nice lady named Cheryl. They've been in business since 1993. We absolutely love FSA over there. I've already signed up to them. They make custom logos for your teams, and I got this badass tiger with wings on it. It's pretty sick.
A flying tiger?
Yeah.
A Pegasus tiger?
So you like it over there. You don't like it over here, though?
What are you talking about?
You said you liked it over there.
Yeah, over there, where you're pointing to in the corner of the
Yeah,
garage.
but you said over there. I was like, I like it here, there, everywhere.
Yeah, I like. Yeah. We love you, FSA. Yeah, you guys go over there. Go to fsa-fr.com so you can sign up. Talk to Brian. He's a guy you can pick up and talk to on the phone. Just because he owns this company does not mean that he doesn't have the time to speak to you and give you as much information. If you guys want information about it, let us know. I have flyers. We're actually in the process right now of making a promotional trailer, like a movie trailer for FSA. I'm pretty excited, and I was actually thinking maybe we'll do one for us too. But anyway, get over there. Check them out, fsa-fr.com. Now, we will get back to the questions portion of the What are some players that you love in redraft but hate in dynasty, and vice versa?
Love and redraft, hate in dynasty.
Well, I like Drew Brees in redraft, and I hate him in dynasty. I wouldn't want him in dynasty.
Honestly, I don't really, unless it's even if it's 2 QB dynasty, you still love him. And that's, I think, the only time you have to worry about your QB for the next year.
What
Because
about
if you're in a dynasty league with one quarterback, you got to start one quarterback, there's probably good streaming quarterbacks on your.
I like Lev Bell and Todd Gurley in redraft because if they do kill you one year, you can get rid of them in the next year. But I don't like them in dynasty because I'm worried about Gurley's knee, and then Lev Bell I don't think is going to be good on the Jets.
Well, I'll just throw some names out there, and you guys tell me what you think. So,
Okay.
Amari Cooper.
Hate him in both.
Brad?
I'm the same. I don't think I really differentiate dynasty and redraft that much. I mean, yeah, I play a little bit of age, but if they're an underperforming player, they're an underperforming player.
Yeah. Amari's
Okay.
been an underperformer for his
Well, let's talk about Damian Williams.
I like him
think
in
he's gonna-
dynasty.
I think he's going to suck.
I don't like him in.
I think he's going to be a bust of the year.
Would you take a shot at him in a redraft, though? If the price is right.
No, because everybody's going to overpay for him.
I'm saying if the price is right.
I'm probably not touching.
If the
Damian
value's
Williams all year.
there, I would take Damian Williams in a redraft, but I don't want him in dynasty.
I
I do want him in dynasty. I don't like
want
him
him
in
in
redraft.
dynasty. I don't want him in redraft. I don't think he walked into a great situation where everybody in front of him got hurt. And is the only he Wally pipped his way into the starting lineup.
What about Derrick Henry?
Wally Pipp's the guy who took over for Lou Gehrig when Lou Gehrig got Lou Gehrig's disease. Just so you know.
Derrick Henry, hate him in dynasty, like him in redraft because he can win you some weeks. And they may use him more this year. They kind of figured that out at the end of the year last year to get rid of or to stop feeding Deion Lewis there.
Brad?
I'm the same. I don't differentiate. I really don't.
You can just ask me because I'll differentiate.
Yeah. Like,
He doesn't care, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
really don't. Like, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't want Derrick
Well,
Henry
would
in
you
dynasty.
want? Would you want a young guy right now like David Montgomery? Would you want him on your redraft team? Or would you rather have him in dynasty and see how he develops?
Okay, so him,
Dynasty.
I would hold on to him in dynasty, but dynasty rosters are longer, so I'd hold on to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Touching. Yeah, for that. For these other guys, the dudes that are starters, like Derrick Henry and stuff, he's going to be universally owned in dynasty and probably redraft.
If I can get him in the 13th or 14th round in dynasty or in redraft, I would take him. But
So
I
Golden
like him in
Tate,
dynasty.
Golden Tate's a perfect guy. I would take him in redraft
Yeah.
if the price is right, but I don't want him on a dynasty team.
No, he's too old.
But then again, why not? If he's just sitting on your bench because you have a 10-minute on your bench,
Well, say it's a startup dynasty league. Are you going to grab him?
Kiki Cutie is a guy I would love to have on my dynasty team. I don't want him on my redraft team.
would you rather have, on your dynasty team, you would rather have Kiki on your team than Golden Tate this year?
Yes.
See, I would rather have Golden Tate because at least I know he's going to do something. Kiki is the third wide receiver there.
I don't need either one of them to start.
Exactly.
So that's the thing is that if I'm going to sit there and hold on to someone, I'd rather hold on to Kiki.
Okay.
I think that's the heart of this question. Jameis Winston. I don't ever want anything to do with him. I think he's a
In
stupid
2
idiot.
QB dynasty league, you're starting him.
I think
You
he's
probably
a
are.
stupid idiot.
In a
Especially if it's like a 12 or 14 team league.
Unless you're in a 4-team 2 QB league.
Okay, this is a good. So this comes from Kevin at Kevlar Vestington in a dynasty league, standard scoring. Would you trade James Conner for the number 1 rookie pick if you already have Christian McCaffrey?
No.
Okay, Good, because he had a follow-up question. If not, what caliber of player is a good trade bait for the number 1 rookie pick?
This year or next year?
This year.
Who's the number? If you have the number 1 pick, who are you taking?
So this was Josh Jacobs this year. He was pretty much the unanimous number 1 rookie pick. Josh Jacobs out of Alabama, who
Unless
played
you have
for
2 QB league, it's probably Kyler Murray.
It was probably Kyler Murray. But so let's just say either Kyler Murray or Josh Jacobs. So Kyler Murray, I don't personally think he's worth it to give up James Conner, who is got wide receiver
Guaranteed starter on a good team.
Yeah, possible. No,
With one of the
QB
best-
or running back 1.
and
Offensive lines.
and I don't know if people know this, but it's only his 3rd year in the league. So maybe we should just slow down.
Well, here's what's going on with why the number 1 pick is so crazy. Because look what the number 1 pick got you last year when Saquon was out there.
Yeah.
And that's why people are looking back to last year like, last year's first number 1 pick went for this. Like, yes, but that was Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley is a unicorn. That's
He's a
not happening all the
generational
time.
talent.
Yeah.
He is since Zeke, the best generational talent.
He's going to be better than Zeke. And I say that as a Cowboys fan.
I don't know. If they don't fix that offensive line, if he stays on the Giants in that dumpster fire of a front office, then
Zeke doesn't break plays like he does. That dude is a monster. Unicorn.
Yeah, but Zeke also gets told, hey, run up the middle. Yeah, there's 12 dudes there.
That's because their OCs are terrible, and I don't think Kellen Moore is going to be any better.
Yeah.
Rip Cowboys.
I mean, he has led the league in rushing 2 of his.
Okay, this one comes from
beat him
Chris
in the rock.
Molina. I've been receiving trade offers for Rashad Penny in my Dynasty League the last few weeks. I've been hesitant because I really like his potential. With that in mind, what kind of return would you want to see before trading Penny away? 10-team league. I thought it said PPR. It doesn't. Just 10-team league, Rashad Penny. What kind of return would you guys want to see for Penny if you were going to give him up?
I don't think you can ask for too much. He's got. I mean, he did nothing last year.
Okay, so it's his 2nd year. You probably use a 1st-round pick on him. So I might not ask for a 1st-round pick. But if somebody wants him, I'm going to be asking for starting running, like maybe a starting running back in an RBBC, maybe a Tariq Cohen or something like that.
I would try to get Chris Carson for him.
Okay, I don't think that would be smart.
No, it would. I just like Chris Carson better than him.
Yeah, and then at least you're getting. You should be asking for another draft pick, a 2nd rounder at least.
So you think you can get a 1st and a 2nd for him?
No. So
because you used the 1st
like
round
a
on him
Tariq
last
Cohen
year. So try
and
to
maybe
get
a 1st or a 2nd.
Okay.
Ask for something like that. Try to get another running back because if you're giving him up and you use your 1st-round pick on him,
get a running back and a pick.
Yeah.
That's what you would expect. What do you think, Josh?
If it's PPR, Tariq Cohen. If it's not PPR, don't.
Get somebody else. Mark Ingram.
So I think the perfect candidates for this that you're talking about are your David Montgomery, Miles Sanders potentially. Those are guys that I like in this situation, but that's not going to be enough because towards the end of the year, we saw what Pete Carroll wants out of Rashad Penny. Remember, they gave up a 1st-round pick for him.
Honestly, I don't think you're going to get those guys because here's the problem. Rashad Penny's numbers last year weren't great.
No.
Until the end, he had okay numbers towards the end.
It's going to be very difficult for you to get what he's actually going to be worth this year.
And the David Montgomerys and the Miles Sanders have all the upside because we haven't seen them fail yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we'll do one more and then we will get out of here, guys. All right?
All right.
Let's do lots more. I don't care.
Mixon or Bell in the 2nd round? What off-season things should I be looking for when I make this decision? Will the preseason tell me anything, or do I just need to stay away from Adam Gase? Any good general advice for when 2 guys ranked next to each other are available? So for these 2 guys, a lot of people have them ranked side by side where they're at because they think Joe Mixon's going to have a bigger year and they think Le'Veon Bell is going to fall off a little bit based on where he's at. So do you have anything that you would use to separate 2 guys in the offseason?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the workouts. I'm looking to see how much they play in the preseason. I'm looking if there's any injuries because both of these guys have had injury issues. Off the field issues has also been an issue for both these guys when you look at it. So I probably lean maybe Joe Mixon because I think he's in a better offense. We can say we don't like the Red Rocket, but he's a better quarterback than Sam Darnold right now.
Red Rifle.
Right now.
I said on the Red Rocket.
Yeah, I like Red Rocket better.
Red Rider,
So
BB gun,
unfortunately,
JJ Watt.
Mixon just had a procedure on Friday to clean a particle that was dislodged in his knee.
He had a procedure last year during the season too.
Right.
And came back and was okay after.
I still think Mixon is the guy there. I think Le'Veon Bell's going to get hurt, and even if he doesn't, I think he's going to be trash in that offense because it's Adam Gase's offense, and their offensive line is not very good, and we don't really know what to make of Sam Darnold, and their receiving core is not that great.
And I
I
worry.
like Mixon better.
I do worry with the Jets' offensive line. If they're not doing zone blocking, which is all Le'Veon Bell's ever had in front of him, where he can stand back there, dances, waits for the hole to open, and goes ahead. And
yeah, and Gase isn't going to change what he wants to do
he doesn't.
based on his players' talents, like a smart coach.
Why would you change your offense based on your personnel? That makes no sense. Have your personnel change their tendencies for your offense.
Right. So, yeah, I'd go with Mixon there for sure.
Because he's a tool.
Who are you taking, Josh? And what are you looking at?
So the biggest thing for me is the type of league. If it's PPR standard, that matters. And there's a lot of the same stuff that you guys were talking about. Coaching matters. We know this. That's the reason that coaching matters, offensive line matters. That's the same reason that you see James Conner go in there and be more successful on a per-game basis than Le'Veon Bell was. So all of those things combined do matter. He was on a per-game basis. Remember, he sat out 4 games last year with injuries.
I wish everyone could see Brad's face right now.
He's like, that doesn't sound right.
No, are you comparing this off Le'Veon Bell's whole career or just off a
Just
season?
the last 2 years that they played. Le'Veon Bell 2017 versus James Conner 2018. Yes. Google it.
That's a fair comparison.
Google it.
I also remember a lot of in PPR, James Conner putting up 8 points. I don't remember Le'Veon Bell putting up 8 points any week.
I do because I had Le'Veon Bell that year.
I remember Le'Veon Bell being suspended a lot.
Okay, so
That's because of LeGarrette Blount.
potato, tomato. So that's the kind of stuff that you look for. If I have to distinguish between these two guys, I think I would rather take Mixon. And the reason being is because Le'Veon Bell has sat out an entire year. I think the Bengals finally have a coach and a coordinator who will help them get more involved in the offense is going to be better. Tyler Boyd is going to have a better year next year. If A.J. Green returns healthy, good. We know Andy Dalton's on the chopping block.
But Andy Dalton was also hurt last year towards the end of the year, which affected Joe Mixon pretty badly.
Absolutely. So for me, it's Mixon, and you don't have to feel good about it. It's the same thing whenever you draft Lamar Miller. You don't have to feel good about it.
And if this is your second round pick, you probably got you a better running back
That's
than
true.
one of these two in the first round. So it doesn't seem as bad. If it's your first running back you're taking, then I'm a little more scared about it. But if I went running back in the first round and that's my second running back I'm taking, I'm happy really with either one, I'm going to be honest with you.
And don't forget, Mixon was running back 8, I think, through the first 8 weeks last year. And he catches a decent number of balls. I think he caught like 60 balls last year.
And he has nobody in the wings to take his job. There's
because
nobody.
Gio Bernard is not taking his job.
Gio got hurt last year. Mark Walton, he gone.
Who?
Exactly.
All them balls.
No, I like Mixon there. I like Mixon for sure.
Well, we have no more questions. That wraps it up, guys.
Sad.
Doesn't?
I like answering questions. That's fun.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning into the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. You can hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at EmptyWagonFF. Brad will be at Tack Jones. Eric will be at Gunsaveld19. And I am at FF Josh Hughes. All of that is our Twitter handles. Hit us up. If you guys want to go to our website, go to emptywagonpod.wixsite.com/make noise. We have our store on there. You can go to Patreon. Get it all up. We love you guys. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell everybody about us. Download these episodes.
Bye.
Look in the descriptions to buy some merch.